Today on the Auburn Torch, Auburn plays for a national championship. Men's golf versus UCLA in the national final. Let's talk about it. The podcast is back after a one-day hiatus. And I tell you who else is back? Auburn men's golf in the national championship match. Back in the national championship match after 1 year away. The national champions in 2024. Back in the championship match in 2026. They'll be playing today at around 4:30 Central Time start time against UCLA in the national championship. Big time wins. On here, if you're watching on video, you're watching Caden Pope close out the semifinal win. He won 3-2. Basically, he was up 3 holes going to the 17th hole, so his opponent didn't have a chance to catch him with only 2 holes left. It was Auburn beat UCLA in the semifinal. I was just kidding. Auburn's playing UCLA in the final. Auburn beat defending national champion Oklahoma State in the semifinal. Okay, so rewind, right? Rewind. Auburn in the quarterfinal in the Elite Eight defeats Stanford. This happened on Tuesday. It's Wednesday as you listen. And then that happened on Tuesday morning, and then on Tuesday afternoon, Auburn defeats Oklahoma State in the Final Four and advances now to face UCLA today. Clean sweep over Oklahoma State. Nobody was losing at the end. Auburn got the 3 wins it needed. Logan Riley, a freshman, just pushed his opponent around the course and won 7-5, which again, up 7 holes with only 5 holes left. And then Josiah Gilbert won his 4-3, up 4 holes with only 3 holes left. Before Caden Pope closed it out, Coyvin was on 18 with a chance to tie it, but he kind of was going into the cart path. I was just watching it on Golf Channel. Jake Albert had his chance to finish it off too, but Caden Pope hit a big par, and his opponent couldn't sink the putt he needed to actually beat him. His opponent had to beat him 3 holes in a row, and ended up tying and parring, and that's all Caden Pope needed to advance. Look, man. One of the things I want to point out, if you're listening now, is kind of the draw they've got with UCLA. I mean, I think it's hard to. Not to jinx anyone or anything, but Auburn is the heavy favorite in this match. This is UCLA. This is a scrappy underdog UCLA team, right? So maybe that's a team to watch out for. But for having, you think about Oklahoma State golf, and you think about, the championships they've won, going back to Ricky Fowler and all that stuff. You wonder if, Auburn can't rest on its laurels. It can't think, we did the hard part. But really, the draw. It is a different match against UCLA. You are not playing these powerhouses this time, right? So UCLA entered the postseason number 23 in the country. They barely squeaked into match play as one of the 2 teams, them and Stanford, that advanced to that advanced from the playoff in a playoff hole. 4 teams went to a playoff hole at the end of stroke play, and Stanford and UCLA barely squeaked in. UCLA would have been the 8th seed, however, they ended up being the 7th seed because of dropped scores were added up, such that Stanford ended up being the 8th seed and UCLA was the 7. Anyway, all to say, silly stuff. I'm rambling. But Auburn should be the favorite, man. I mean, so it's Auburn's to lose. Auburn should hit the course today with a whole lot of confidence, and they've got a real chance to do it. and they've got a real good chance to win, a second national championship in 3 years. At time of recording, I do not have tee times. However, I do have start to the match is set for 2:25 Pacific, which will be 4:25 Central Time. And I'm pretty sure Golf Channel coverage, I can verify this for you real quick, will begin at 4:30 our time. Okay, they have Golf Central pregame, which I would imagine is the NCAA pregame, is at 4:30 Central, and then men's national championship coverage proper begins at 5. Okay, so hey man, when you get off work, this is a one of the good things about them playing on the West Coast. When you get off work, they will have just started, so you wouldn't have missed much. But yeah, man, a real UCLA. It's a real David and Goliath situation, and Auburn is kind of the Goliath. UCLA is kind of the Cinderella story in this national championship match. So here's Josiah Gilbert knocking in a long birdie putt. A big one for Josiah. If you're watching on video, we're just Jackson and Caden both chipped in on, what is this, number 12, both from very similar spots, and obviously that one from Caden counted and ended up being part of the clincher. And there's Jackson sinking right now if you're watching on video. Just, man, incredible stuff to see Auburn putting it together, and especially the postseason didn't start exactly the way they wanted. Didn't win at SECs, didn't win at regionals, and you wondered if they were in a little bit of a lull. But they've got everything in front of them here, every opportunity to close this thing out as national champions. We'll see. Listen, if you haven't followed this team, say you haven't followed and gosh, almost winning. If you haven't followed this team and you're planning on tuning in tonight, which you should. Here's the probable starting lineup. 2 freshmen, Logan Riley and Jake Albert. Logan Riley, I think, former number 1 junior, huge prospect, and then Jake Albert was kind of like top 10. Jake Albert described as a scrappy golfer, just a fighter. I've got a story up on him on the Torch if you want to check that out, learn a little bit more about him. I've also, earlier this season, I talked to Caden Pope. He's a junior. They don't have any seniors. It's 3 juniors. Caden Pope's one of those. Talked to him. Josiah Gilbert is the other, and then obviously Jackson Coyven, got a story up on him. But it's an interesting dynamic because those 3 juniors were freshmen in 2024 when Auburn won the national championship. So it was kind of like, okay, we've got, you got some veterans, and they come in and they're the shot in the arm, and they're the boon that pushes Auburn to the national championship in 2024. Now all of a sudden they're the veterans, and it's Jake Albert and Logan Riley playing that role as the freshmen who could kind of push Auburn over the edge to win the national championship this year. So, hey, man, we will see. It'll be a big one. I don't know, man. Maybe, and it's a late start. I don't know. Maybe we'll put out I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a pregame pod tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. Maybe an afternoon if I feel like I've got anything to talk about. But yeah, man, big time match coming up. I mean, national championship doesn't get any bigger than that. And but today or yesterday, as you listen, huge wins over Oklahoma State and over Stanford. Those are Elite 8 wins. Those are Final Four wins. Big time. So, all right, let me go ahead and get out of here. We will be back either tomorrow or maybe even later today. We will certainly be around later today, following following all of this, and on Twitter, and I will obviously let you know how to watch, how to follow. It'll be on Golf Channel, obviously, but if you need a reminder or a link to it, that'll be in the email of the podcast. Yeah, let me go ahead and get out of here. We'll be following tonight, and yeah, so tune in. Hit me up on Twitter if you got any questions or anything. And until then, take care.